All right, folks. I think we are live. Road to 170, day 8. Hopefully, day 8 is the day. A couple things I wanted to mention. One, um, I used the Hollyland mics that I got for the first time yesterday, which I really liked. I went back and I listened to some of it. It sounded really good. However, a little bit warmer here today. It's about 45, 47, somewhere in there. So I'm kind of overdressed, purposely overdressed, because I'm going to be most likely profusely sweating by the end of this. So for the second time using them, I didn't necessarily feel like potentially ruining the mics, having them soaked in sweat and get all wet. So if it doesn't sound quite the same, it's not the mic that is anything wrong with it. It's just a different mic. Not watching the Pats. Pats played Thursday toast. They were a Thursday night game. I watched the Dolphins this morning, and I caught a little bit of the 1 o'clock games. But back to my old mic, just because I don't want to ruin the ones I just got, or potentially ruin them. 2, Flying Fat Kid just fired a 11 under, I think it was. He shot a 61, and he was bombing the ball 300 raw carry down the middle. So inspired me to come out here and try to actually get 170. Niners this afternoon. They're probably, what are they, 425? Who are they playing? But Flying Fat Kid just had one of, if not his best rounds on GS Pro, which is pretty fun to watch. And yesterday, when did I hit balls? I played Thursday. I took Friday off. Yesterday, I was playing the Cardinals. Yesterday, when I played with Big Dog, I was actually hitting the ball pretty good, and driver was pretty good. I was using the tri-fly balls, so although the ball speeds weren't that great, most of them were like mid to high 150s. Most drives, I'd say probably 75% of the drives I hit, I was carrying it like 280, which is pretty good. So I'm hoping kind of channel some of that from yesterday, and hopefully that carries over. But we'll see what we can do. We're going to swing hard. We're going to work up a sweat. And hopefully we find the middle of the club face and hit 170. Something makes me think 172 has been in my head. I feel like it could be something like that. I'll know pretty quick. The body feels pretty good. I can still feel a little bit of my obliques, my right side from the other day. What's up, Kamish? Kamish in the chat. Will today be the day? We're hoping, Kamish. We're hoping today's the day. You can still feel it a little bit on my right side, but we are going to grip it and rip it and channel our inner Kamish, inner Flying Fat Kid, try to hit 170. I did message. I asked Flying Fat Kid if he thinks that I can hit it. I wonder what you think, Kamish. Yesterday, I was playing my driver 8 degrees. There's my driver head cover, by the way. 8 degree, my QI10, 8 degree. It was turned up to 10. And like I said, I was using the QI10 balls, and I was hitting it really good. The course was super narrow, but I was hitting the ball really good off the tee. I asked Flying Fat Kid if he thought that I could hit 170 with it playing at 10 degrees, or if I have to go back down to 8. And he thought maybe 8 degrees would be more beneficial. So we'll see. Did you see the workout on Discord I posted? The video, I think you're talking, with the bands and whatnot. Yeah, I clicked through it, and I do agree with the fact where it kind of coincides. Not sure on that. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the middle of the cliff face, right? It does coincide where I saw a couple years ago how LeBron James does a lot of like partial movements. So you were mentioning, Toast, like it's not about how heavy you can squat, it's how fast you can kind of get out of a squat. So LeBron James, it looks kind of goofy if you look up when he's doing like squats and stuff. Really, from what his trainer and what they were doing, the explosive part is really like the last Like if you're going to go down and do a deep squat, it's not really here. It's really like the last 25%. So it's like the 75% up to 100% just right there, which is kind of coincides when what you were saying. I don't know if I'll start doing golf specifics type of stuff, but I have legs later on, so I wanted to do this before. So far, I mean, a lot of us in the group have done it. Kind of the swing, the Kamish and Judd, Bryson, I've done it a bunch too. Just the kind of swing like hell method seems to work pretty good. Just keep swinging and stay up with it. Ideally, what I would like to do is hit 170 and then maybe kind of maintain with about once a week type of stuff, because unfortunately the speed training, just like lifting weights, if you don't kind of stay up on it, then your body just reverts back. So I do know I need to keep up on it. The problem is between playing and whatnot and lifting and everything else, like I was pretty much the entire last week was just kind of shot because I did speed training 3 times. So if I'm really going after it, I need like a day or two off in between, which means that I'm either not playing anything else, or if I am, it's at a reduced capability. So I'm gonna try to find that middle ground there to where I can keep up the speed training and also be able to play other stuff and not be completely destroyed with my body. All right, let's get this 8 iron up to about 155, 160, then we'll start hitting driver. Bought the Scotty resistance band today at the PGA Tour Superstore. Healy 147. I am way overdressed. It's really not that bad in here. I'm way overdressed for this, but figure I'd rather be profusely sweating and keep my body and muscles warm, maybe swing a little bit quicker, than not bundle up quite as much and then kind of get a sweat going and then cool down and everything tightens up. So still doing my standard compound movements and adding the explosive stuff. Not a bad way to do it, Toast. 3-1 golf, what's going on? What's the max today? Hopefully anything over 170 is the max. Right now, I think I've hit 169, if I'm not mistaken. All right, there's 155. I've hit 169 3 times. I believe I hit 169.1, 169.3, and then my best so far is 169.5. Bengals suck. Bills seem like they're kind of sucking too. Tampa Bay's a pretty good team, but 151. I saw a video that was earlier this week, I think. Joe Burrow was back at practice. Patriots placed Milton Williams, the defensive tackle, on IR, who was a big part. He was a big signing in the offseason. So a lot of NFL making runs, playoffs. Don't want to put the cart before the horse with championships or anything like that, but a lot of it does come down to kind of luck and luck in terms of like injuries and whatnot, having like your key pieces that are all stay healthy. Sometimes you just get freak injuries where someone gets rolled up on and then you have a big piece of your team like Joe Burrow or anyone else, big piece that goes down. Played around Sam Pinehurst, 6,400 meters. That was going to be super long. 166 to 168 ball speed. Jeez. Defense is killing us. +1. 3-1 though, as long as you can kind of. Sometimes Flying Fat Kid had one of those days today where everything kind of came together, but most of the time that doesn't happen for us. So if you can at least keep kind of your mindset and like put the kind of hang your hat on the good ball speed and kind of focus on that, then you just say, okay, I'm going to work on a little bit of putting maybe, and then keep the ball speed. Easier said than done, but if you can focus on the good aspects. Pats Niners Super Bowl. I mean, it's not impossible, right? At this point, I think betting favorites, probably the Patriots maybe have a better chance, but I think Drake May is right up there, like 1 and 2. Last I heard on Thursday, it was Matt Stafford and Drake May were kind of 1 and 2 for MVP. All right, start hitting driver. So I guess we'll try. We'll see. Well, I'm going to keep it at 10 for now. It's 8 degrees turned up to 10. Put these 2 tri-flies away and go to the firmer TaylorMade. I want to try to get that pause, drop, stay back on it with some width. We'll try 8 up to 10. If I feel like I hit one with some good speed and out of the middle, and it's not even close to what we're trying to do, then I'll drop it back down. C-Drum, what do you think? Doo-doo head? Do you think I can hit 170 if this thing's 8 degrees up to 10, or does it have to be at like 8 or even 6 in order to be able to do it? He was more than 8 under, wasn't he? Santa Teresa Craig? He shot 61. I don't know what par is there. I'm pretty sure he shot 61. So that's either, if it was a par 70, he shot 9 under. If it was 71, he shot 10, 72, 11. Trouble with length and sim putting. Go over to the D-Lud mile per hour method. I really need to do that too. Lower loft usually means faster, but it's possible. Was he 9 under? Either way. Swing fast, not hard. All right, that's a low Healy 161 first drive up at 10. You know what? We're doing it today. We're going down to 6. Obviously, I think I hit it pretty well yesterday. I think playing wise, I'll probably leave it back up towards 10. But for something like this, where we're really just focused on ball speed, we're going all the way down to 6. It may not stay in the air, but I want today to be the day. I want to see a 1 and a 7. Improving the first drives, low 160s. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. That was just not trying to hurt myself. Low and Healy, so 3,000 spin. But, all right, lower. We are maxing this thing out. The positive thing, which is why I wanted to do this today too. Good warmy swing. Positive thing is, like yesterday when I was playing with Big Dog, obviously you still swing kind of hard with driver, but I wasn't doing anything crazy because it was cold. And 8 up to 10, and I was even using the tri-flies because it was colder with lower compression, and I was hitting them with like 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 backspin, but because of the 8 up to 10, they were launching so high, and even though the ball speed was only 155, like mid to high 150s, 155, 157, whatever it was in there, I had like probably 75% of my drives yesterday that were carrying 280 in the air, and it didn't really feel like I was doing anything. So I've said it before with this whole speed training thing, getting your top speed up is awesome, but I think almost more importantly, it's that cruising speed, which is fun. Road to Style videos with my sim golf outfits. These are snow pants, believe it or not. All right, down to 6. Same ball speed, 48 backspin. Is that even possible? Don't like the lumberjack look? Richie, try out your new course or what? I also got, courtesy of Jet Li, we got M-Town Barber down there now on the scrolling text. Healy. All right, come on. I don't want to mess around. We can build up some anticipation, but I want to hit this kind of quick. Get all hot and bothered. Warm burners. Yeah, I mean, down to 6 degrees. That one was a little better, but. Oh, missed it. Oh yeah, Chance Taylor maybe, the guy that chokes down on the ball, always has a big fat lip and a dip, and he's super flexible. He gets like down here like this when he hits it. All right, 162, 284. 284 down the middle, that's cool and all. 2,000 spin, 14 side spin, but that's not exactly 170. Oh. 285, 162. I've seen, does he like play GS Pro? Like I've seen the videos where he's throwing darts at Georgia Golf Club. I don't know if he has a sim though. Do you follow him more closely? Does he like play frequently, or is he just like he posts some stuff? All right, that was a little bit more loosey goosey arms. 164.4. Oh. 165.2. We're creeping up. Creeping up. 6 degrees. It's just tough to. Silver post on the sim. CJ probably played against him in real life. Getting faster, let's go. We're trying, Rich. We're trying. Hopefully today's the day. 170. 169.5. $169.5 is the best so far. Need smelling salts? I know. Tell me about it. What's up, CJ? Trying to hit 170. Seedrum just plays against anyone he can sandbag against and tell him that he's a 7 handicap. All right. I tried to pause a second on that one. 166.4. Need that little pausey pause. That was super healy. Need that pausey pause. Backspin seems wonky. I just turned it down 3-1. It's 8 degrees down to 6, and I hit up on it so much. I take the scorer's word for it. 6 degrees is pretty minimal. Scratch on the sim. I don't know what you mean. Finally get to 135 on speed training. Nothing to write home about. A huge jump. That's awesome, dude. Keep going. Watching from the living room. Get that 170. Appreciate you, Jet Li. Appreciate the support. We're trying. Sandbag and C Diddy. C Drum versus Strong Design Studio. Now I'm playing Jay Gixrod, however you say it. Oh, Healy. Yeah, the singles match, Craig. C-Drum's playing Joe. Danko versus Mashy. That should be a pretty good match. Poor Mikey Likey is getting put up against the other Hosel Rocket, who I think that was a throwaway pick. He doesn't have much chance. Or he has literally zero chance. But Flying Fat Kid versus C Sim Golf. All right, that was a little bit wider on the takeaway. 167, 287 carry. $164.6. Cruising in that 280 though. 2 RPMs a side spin. Flannel Jack. You called that last night, him on the Danko stream, him versus Matchy. I think that'll be a good one. $168 C drum. 168. We're doing something today. What grip am I using? Like the grip on the club or the grip in terms of I interlock? I don't know if that's what you're asking, but Samuel Carlson. Good to see you. In terms of the grip, it's just a tailor-made Golf Pride grip that came on the shaft. That's just the standard grip that came with it. No, these are Rich. These are all for the speed training. I've been doing all the TP5s. The basically the tri-fly. I still need to do kind of a final video because I've used them for a while now. Basically, the tri-fly is awesome in the middle part of your bag. So really from approach wedge, call it pitching wedge, until 3-wood for me is awesome. Wedges, you don't get as much spin. However, they launch high and they land soft. So little like sand shots, bunker shots, bump and runs around the green, they pretty much just pop up and they flop down, which is awesome. But if you're trying to hit like, I know you put too much spin on the ball, but like a 10,000 spin with a 56, you just can't do it with these. However, oddly enough, the tri-flies, they spin more with like fuller speed, like pitching wedge 9-iron, 8-iron, they spin a little bit more. They're softer compression, so ball speed wise, I don't get as much, which is why I'm using the TP5s right now. But they do fly straighter, so there's trade-offs. But in terms of ball speed, definitely less ball speed with the tri-fly. However, they go straighter. So usually I was getting more distance out of them. I was using those last night off the tee with Big Dog. Max Y Tour X. I wish I could, Craig, but I'm limited with the decals that I can use. Felt I was probably a little too far away from that one. 166 though. We're cruising. $292, 166. That felt better. It's like a C drum drive right there. 292 raw. They use some pretty good carries, but unfortunately, speed training carry doesn't mean a ton. I would probably, I mean, obviously, if I hit 170, I want it to be one that actually goes halfway decent, but I would probably take a duck hook 170 low and left just to hit it. Didn't look as fly doing it. Layup wedge. We should have got the Battle of Kentucky. Whoever loses, we should have had Rich versus C Drum. Whoever lost had to move out of Kentucky forever. All right. $299.6, 168.5. Man, I don't know if I've had a 300 raw carry in here. That's about as close as it gets. Man, it's like right there. 289, 168.4. It's like I just need that one little extra. We're cruising, Flying Fat Kid. I just hit one 299.6, 168. I was saying earlier, Flying Fat Kid, what was the final score? Craig said you shot 9. I thought you shot 61. What was par? Everything clicked. Slaying that club head. Wouldn't be much of a match. Not sure C-Drum isn't the best of the designers. Everything clicked. What's par at Santa Teresa? I thought you said you shot 61. I thought it was, oh, you were 9 under? Okay. So it was par 70. Craig was right. Why do I ever doubt Commissioner Craig? All right, this one's for FFK. 170 right now. We're down to, I went from 10 all the way down to 6 degrees. We're at 6 degrees right now, Flying Fat Kid. Not releasing it. His handicap 0.9 for some suspicious reason. Yeah, that's what I was saying. C-Drum and the other Hosel Rocket would be 1 and 2. I think depends on who's playing. I'm not sure anyone on either team. If C-Drum's playing his best, I don't know if anyone's beating C-Drum. How he hits driver and everything else. He's a little suspect with the putting, but I'm not sure anyone's. I guess what I'm saying is I don't think anyone's best on either team beats C-Drum's best. But I don't know. I haven't seen that many other people play that much. .297, flying fat kid. That was a little more sling blade weight on the club head there. Baby draw. Little 320 out there. Come on. Bobby Sling Blade. Bobby Sling Blade. As a new viewer, what's your course carry at the moment? Depends on the day, Victor, to be honest with you. Usually, for the most part, I always say if anything's about 275 raw carry, so that one was 281. If anything's usually about 275, I'm pretty happy if I'm not like swinging crazy. I played last night with Big Dog for our scramble, and I would say there was a good amount of them. Probably about 75% of the drives that I hit, I was carrying pretty much like that, like low to mid 280s. I'm pretty happy with, but depends on the day, right? If it's cold, which ball I'm using. Healy. Kind of crazy though for that much spin. 285 on a heel shot like that. Hard carried by Mashy. I agree with like two parts of that sentence. Man, it's right there. I know, Flying Faggot, don't swing harder. C-Drum was saying the same thing, but it feels like we're right there. Just like that one little extra. Oh, you meant like the actual course? My numbers are actually pretty similar. I think I honestly swing a bit quicker outside just because everything's wider and more open. I'm a little bit restricted in here in terms of space. But usually my numbers are pretty similar in here versus outside. These are going to be a little exaggerated because I'm trying to swing so hard, but really numbers across the bag are pretty close. I thought you meant like GS Pro course, like playing swing. Oh boy. We may or may not break the driver by the end of this as well. Probably a little, if you're newer to the sim, Victor, probably a little bit of indoor swing syndrome. Sometimes it's tough, but depends on what do you have. If you have a launch mod or if you use one, what's the unit? If it's like a halfway decent unit, everyone kind of goes through it, saying like, oh, I hit it further and I hit it straighter kind of thing outside, me included. But nope. High toe. Maybe I need to do a little more like Serena Williams and get a little bit of, maybe get a little extra out of it. Original QED, nice. Take a low golf, what's up, buddy? Find my shorter irons, 60 to 8 or about 10 to 15 further outside. The rest of the bag is similar. I did see that a little bit with my wedges. I think that's more so because I probably don't hit quite as I'm pretty shallow, so I kind of sweep the ball outside. I don't really take huge divots. So I think outside maybe it could be the same thing for you. Just catching it maybe like that groove, half a groove lower, just a little bit thinner maybe outside versus hitting down into the mat could be part of it. $290, 166. That one I tried to keep my head still. Come on. One swing. In terms of carry, and probably even just average ball speed, this has probably been the best. But I want to see that 170. Came towards the ball. I think it's the amount of spin. Could be. I don't know. Honestly, it's so tough. None of us are robotic. It's kind of tough to tell. Sometimes it could just be the day. It could be the ball you're playing. If you play a separate ball or a different ball inside versus outside, it's tough to draw any definitive, at least for me, any definitive conclusions unless you're a robot like Joe Legowski or Seadrum. Can't trap the ball as good on the mat. Mental game as well. I find myself choosing short irons indoors. Get a few extra meters. Yeah, it could be some of that. Could be two, especially something like this would be a good example. How rapid fire, how much quicker you're hitting in the sim versus hitting your ball, either walking to it or driving to it, waiting for the green to clear kind of thing. Could be part of it, whether that's good or bad. All right. A little better. We got to sling it more, though. Inside, I play my 50. Would I hit 54 outside? You use the same balls outside, though, Rich? Or are you using different balls? Oh, boy. For how bad that was, for that to be 280 down the middle. I've been saying it since I got this QI10. It's a QI10 LS, which is lower spinning, more of like a lower handicap. It's supposed to be less forgiving, but there's still plenty of forgiveness. I know for a fact that I swing for irons, I hit down on it more, which I don't even hit down a ton, but I definitely hit down on it more in the sim than I do outside. .293. I was watching, I really like, obviously he's ridiculously good, but really like Brad Dalkey's swing, both with driver and irons. You can see him really kind of come up and then kind of come back down. At least I can, for whatever reason, with his swing. I wish I could do more of that. Whew. PB ball speed, 169.5. I think I hit, I was saying it earlier, Vade, if that's how you say it. I think I've hit 169 3 times. I believe I did 169.1, 169.3, and then 169.5. Definitely. All right, let's try. Last time when I did that, I was at 8 degrees, playing 8 degrees, but in the upright setting. We can try that. In theory, which is why Seedrum said it, and I agree. In theory, the lower loft should produce higher ball speed, but maybe too much of a good thing. Looking to spend the winter rebuilding my swing. Really the most terrible season of my life. Went up about 6-7 average in summer. Outside, playing my 54 to 118 and 129. Damn, so you're losing. That's a decent amount, then. Backspin's really low. It was it's an 8-degree driver, and I was just turned down to 6 to try to get up to 170. Now it's 8 degrees, playing 8 degrees, but it's in the upright. I don't know if you can see this, but it's a QI. I just hit I kicked the camera. I don't know, take my word for it. It's a QI10LS. Can you see this? 8 degrees. There it is. 8-degree driver. So it was just down to 10, but that's what happens when you hit up. I hit up on it about 6 degrees. When you're hitting up on it 6 degrees with 6 degrees aloft on the driver, sweat's coming. Oh, 118 to 120. So you're 10 yards? 10 yards shorter? Try to pause a little bit on that one. Little banana ball there. Felt better than 158. I feel like we're losing it a bit. Yep, I agree. Vane, I feel like an impact of rushing your entire body through the ball. I have a really tough time trying to separate the upper body, lower body. I get so excited. I try to hit it so hard from up here. Stepping on the gas up here versus really I need to stay here, back to the target, let my hands drop, and then step on the gas from like waist, all right, back to the target from weight, like hip to waist height. A little better. That was probably a little bit more sequenced. Yeah, the mat. Have you seen those slow-mo videos where you catch it a little bit chunky, and because the club goes down into the mat, the ball actually hovers, and you catch it higher on the face? Have you seen that slow-mo video of it? Oh, God. Lift the ball compared to a harder mat. Yeah, I have this is a Country Club Elite hitting strip, which I really, really like. I've never tried the anything like the Sig Pro Softy. All right, we'll try a couple with the lower T. I am dripping sweat. I feel like you need more room at impact to release the club with more speed. That's why I try. Like, people say I stand too far away. I'm like out here to try to make some room. I mean, it's a good ball. It's just not 170. I'm taking 289 in the air down the middle all day long for 316. Take the jacket off. The problem is, so this thing, these are snow pants that are lined, and I have shorts on underneath. This flannel is lined with fleece. The problem is, if I take it off, I'll start cooling down and then tighten up. But this thing's got fleece on the inside, which is really nice when it's cold. However, we'll loosen up a couple buttons though. $165. Something like that though, that's just a low spin duck hook. If I hit 170 on that, I'm still happy. Faster lower body, slow hands. Try to catch the lower body with your upper body. Felt like maybe a little more whip. Low on the face though. It's probably so frustrating for you guys that flying fat kid and Seadrum who know how to do it and trying to constantly explain to me how to do it, and I just can't. Just can't do it, but that had to be a little more lag because I kind of felt the club got stuck behind me a little bit. That's 165.8. Add my dang legs. All right, 292, 165. Healy. I can literally see on some of these balls. Sorry about the sniffles. It is what it is. It's cold and I'm sweating now. I can see the steam coming off these balls when they're down. That felt better. $288. $167.5. Come on, one swing. High heel. high toe. Good decision not wearing the Hollylands. Hit the ball faster, I know. Loose arms at the start. Freaking flex before impact. That was a little more whippy. Maybe. Flying Fat Kid allegedly thinks I need to actually hit the middle of the face in order to be able to do it. So I'm trying to waggle a little bit, keep it loose, and then there I'm trying to feel like I grip it like I usually would at a dress. Man, I thought today was the day. Now I'm getting pissed. Freaking driver. Squat with the legs, put it all together. Tried to stay back on that a little more. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right here is where I'm dragging. I'm like going, all my momentum's going to the ball. I don't know if that's good or bad, but there's a line right here from my back foot that just keeps dragging. I think I'm losing trying to go like that into it versus, I guess, hanging back on it more and letting the club whip through. Current club head speed? I don't have it here. Most of these aren't by any means out of the middle. So you could probably assume about probably a 1.4 smash. So you divide 166 by 1.4, probably 110, 115-ish maybe. Yeah, 110, 115. But honestly, there may be some that are closer to 120 just from how far off the center of the face I'm hitting it. So even though I'm getting some ball speeds, there's some that the smashes are probably closer to like 135, 14 type of thing, which means it's really inefficient, but I'm swinging it quicker. Like that one was probably similar speed. It's just so high on the face. Probably because you're swinging your arms versus put as hard as I can versus putting the energy into the club head. All right, Jelly, what do you got for me? That's what's driving me forward. What do you got? What is the low-hanging fruit? Give me the one tip that's going to get me over the mark to 170. Poor Flying Fat Kid's probably said it 10 different times and I just can't conceptualize it. Okay, 168. That was a little more not swinging my arms as hard as I can. That one felt a little more like I got my arm about here and then everything through at the same time. Maybe that was a fluke. My legs. Oh, I'm losing a ton of efficiency. I already know that. All right, FFK and gently. This is what we're going to do. Couple dry swings. Feel that. Up, down, back up. I think my problem is I can go up, but when I get here, I just go straight down into the ball. I don't go up, give myself time to go down, and then back up. I'm rushing it. Comment of the day right there, Jet Li. Your dang legs, idiot. Jump away from the ball. I'm afraid I'm going to catch this back here, but we can try it. I've done that before, and I just don't even come close to hitting the... It's so frustrating, too, because I feel like I'm, all things considered in the grand schemes, I'm like pretty athletic. I just can't seem to get it to put it together. So frustrating. That wasn't ideal. Literally hit that into the ground. They leave skid marks on the ball. Funny enough. Uh-oh, we got Jay in the chat. Holy kamikazes. What in the wide, wide world of ludicrous, hyper-warp drive speeds is going on with today's show? The fan bases around the globe are back to giving 2 thumbs up for the Hosel rocket. Thanks, Jay. 2 thumbs up to you too, Jay. I'd give you an extra one, but I only have 2. Right now I'm doing a deadlift with no legs. Which is, it's very frustrating, but it's also promising. Because if I can hit mid to high 160s with like, mainly what you're saying is all upper body, as soon as I start doing that, I feel like I could, if I incorporate the lower body, I can jump up 5 to 10 miles an hour, which is good and bad. I'm probably destroying my body swinging all upper body, but if it means I'm not even tapping into like a pretty significant power source. Okay? Legs, 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 legs. Funny enough, I gotta do legs after too. I'm gonna be doing stupid deadlifts. 180 easy once I get my legs. All right, legs. Moon balloon. Watch this and more of his stuff later when you're relaxing. If you're trying to send something, Jelly, just you can put it in Discord. I don't know if it'll allow you to put a link or not, assuming you're trying to send something. Shows you how poorly sequenced the swing is, where I'm trying to use my legs now and it's just like I can't even hit the ball. Gonna have to do some laundry after this. That was hit harder. It had to at least be somewhat legs. It shouldn't be this hard. How long have you been going for? An hour? Hour and 11 minutes. That was a little better. That was my, probably didn't look any different, but that was my Brad Dalkey impression. I was looking, when he sets up, he's got his arms much closer together, like you have the ball there. And he does a really good job. He comes up. Try one or two with less tension in the backswing. Try to slow down the backswing a little bit, maybe. A little more. Well, all right. Gently, we're going to do a final stretch here. We're going to, despite better judgment, take this off and try to get a final push here. This shirt is soaked. Oh, man. I'm hitting the stupid 170. Seems like it's not going to be today. 166. Not let my upper body fall towards the ball. Yeah, I know I definitely do that. I think it's from stepping on the gas here, which is the issue. I have such a tough time trying to hit it as hard as I am. Caught the net behind. I hate that. Now it's going to be in the back of my head. As crazy as this probably looks, I know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. However, this method of just swinging as hard as you can does seem to work. Problem is, I'm hitting a wall and a ceiling because my swing is not nearly as efficient in sequence as it should be. So although it does work and I'm getting incrementally faster just by swinging more and more and harder, I'm leaving a ton of yeah, that's kind of what I'm been following gently, the Bryson method of just swinging as hard as you can. But then, which I really appreciate all you guys giving me tips of how to be able to maximize the swing. So it's like I'm torn between, okay, just don't think about anything and swing as hard as I can, or while I'm trying to swing hard, focus on and try to change stuff. It's like I'm constantly back and forth. That one had a little bit of promise. Which the other thing too, literally any of these drives, like that one, I would have been like doing backflips. Probably, I know, didn't really draw back, but I would have been doing backflips probably a month or two ago with 164, 287 in the air. Bryce has been playing since a small child. Clearly, I have not. This is my 8th year, Eye of the Storm. But it's still, the point is, if you're doing speed training, just swing literally as hard as you can. You gain speed and then you focus on dispersion and consistency after. Hit impressively straight for pushing my limits. I mean, that's part of it too, right? Like when I was doing those practice swings where I just was trying to use more legs and I just wasn't even hitting the ball. This is where these swings, although 157, that's not great, right? But it's down the middle. This is where I always say I'm trying to increase my top end, but by doing all these swings that aren't that great, I'm also bringing up my cruising speed and my basically floor and ceiling. So it's, although my top end's not quite there today, all these swings are still, next time I come out, my cruising speed should be better. And we'll go for a little bit longer. We'll go back up to where it was originally, and then we'll see. This is kind of the point where, unless I get lucky on one, I just can feel things aren't moving as quick as when I came out an hour ago. Almost an hour and a half now at this point, but what I was saying, Victor, the cool thing is, like yesterday, what I was saying earlier, when I was playing, I was kind of just hitting it when I felt like a cruising speed, and I was hitting it pretty straight, and they were going pretty far. Like they were going 280 in the air without me feeling like I was doing anything crazy, which is nice. But the only way to be able to do that is to push the limits here. So it's like, unfortunately, as much as I would like to just say, okay, let's just swing easy from now on, your body gets used to that and everything just starts coming down. Same thing as lifting weights. If you gain a bunch of muscle and then you say, okay, I'm happy where I am, I just want to maintain. If you don't keep trying to push that, your body just reverts back. Healy, low and Healy. Close to the ball, less of an inside backswing. That's pretty much yesterday when I was playing, quote unquote, on the course, but playing actual course on here. That was basically what I was doing yesterday. Mid to high 170s, 280 in the air, just baby draw down the middle. Tried to stand a little bit closer on that one. Threw a third place after one day to about 15th with the driver last year. I mean, it's all good. There's people that you can watch a ton of videos and know how to do something. It's just tough when you're real versus feel, right? And trying to get something to work. There's a difference. You can know how to do something, doesn't mean that you can do it. Generally, I err on the side of like C-Drum and Flying Fat Kid, who was in here. Flying Fat Kid, he was hitting 300 in the air multiple times. He was like cruising at 177. C-Drum hits it in the 170s, so I try to kind of err towards the side of taking advice from people that kind of figured out how to do it, but it's not always the case. If you guys happen to say anything that just happens to click, I'm not opposed to trying stuff. It's just sometimes it needs to be said the right way because everyone's brain works different. All right, a little bit closer. Wide takeaway. Well, you have it teed up like a long drive if you're only going for 185 ball speed. Tee it high, let it fly, because I try to hit up on it. I got two different tees. These aren't even the tallest ones. These are only the second and third tallest tees that I have that came with these. You can see that. There's one more that's even taller, and there's some that are shorter. I mean, if I'm going to emulate someone, I'm not going to emulate someone that's hitting it 120 ball speed. I want to try to copy and take parts of someone that's hitting it 220 ball speed. Oh, God. That may be it for today. Yeah, I mean, that one was terrible. If I really try to finish with my hands high, I mean, that's 16 VLA. Ball speed's not even that great, but that's 271 right down the middle. I don't even know if that was the taller tee either. This one's the taller tee. Let's see if I can do that again and try to still hit up on it. Getting my hands far up in the backswing as well works for you. If a pro can hit 185 with a normal tee while hitting down 1 degree of neutral, yeah, that's because they're freak athletes, dude. I don't know. I've never claimed to be pro or anything close to pro. Those guys, you're also looking at guys that are over 6 feet, some 6'5", that are doing it with super long and lanky arms, which I do not have. I mean, that's 6.2 up with a tall tee, carrying 275 with a 17 VLA. 2,000 spin. Not criticizing. How much was the setup? About 2,500 maybe. I didn't know where you're going with Eye of the Storm. I've heard people come in here like, well, how come you just hit it faster? Why don't you just hit it harder? Hey, the other guys can do it. Why can't you do it? If I knew that, I would just do it. And sometimes people just they criticize with no help and they don't offer any advice. They just like criticizing. Oh, I was low in the face. But if that was, I guess what I'm saying is, maybe I probably should have said it a little more polite. But those guys are freaks of nature on tour, as are the long drivers. But there's a reason why the long drivers aren't hitting down on it 1 degree and teeing it super low. There's no long drivers that do that. So I'm not trying to be a long driver. I'm just trying to hit it longer. So baseball knowledge from the past, top half. I know you're like the fifth person that said it, Frank. I can't seem to do it. I don't know why. I have strong legs too. I'm literally gonna go work out my legs after this. I have strong legs. I just can't seem to put the what the feel needs to be in my head to be able to do it. I just can't. I can't seem to put two and two together, which is frustrating. Like that's me really trying to use my legs, and it's just. Yeah, I mean we're down about at this point. We hit a couple that were mid to high 160s. At this point, we're down about 10 to 15 mile an hour. All right, 3 more. I'm literally going to swing as hard as I possibly can. Oh. Low heel. Am I world take a hitting run with it? I know, but it's all relative, right? If some of those guys that absolutely bomb the ball that are hitting at 180, 190, if they woke up tomorrow and they were hitting it 168, which I was happy about today, they'd probably debate quitting golf. So it's all relative, but we're just not even hitting remotely close to the club face at this point. Last one, then a couple cool down iron shots. Well, road to 170. Apparently going to day 9. Thought today was the day too. Can't end on that. Big pasta may solve it. You say I need to eat? That is one thing. I didn't eat a ton today so far. I don't know if we can even hit 275 at this point. We had 299.6 for a raw carry earlier. I'm also a psycho, so I hate ending on something. You guys do these speed trainings, try to end on a good one. Not much left in the tank. See a video for me from the front. Said you likes in the DMs, check out. Helped me quite a bit with the mechanics of it. Appreciate it. I got some watching to do after this between you and Jet Li. That was probably it if it didn't have 2900 spin. Oh no, you can post links. I don't care. Usually it's just the problem is with the whole self promotion and stuff. If I didn't try to put it and have that one channel for it, every single channel in the Discord, it would just be people that have YouTube channels would all be posting every single time they do a video or a live stream. You'd have to scroll through 5 videos to be able to answer a question or something. So it needs to kind of be, as we continue to get more members, like it has to be kind of concentrated in one channel. Otherwise, if I just say it's a free for all, why are they so spinny? All right, 280, finally. Now I can cool down. Put the old flannel back on, hit some iron shots. I'm going to be feeling that tomorrow. You can post it here too, Frank. I just don't know if people, I don't know if you can click on it, but if you want to put it in the general Discord, you can. Oh well. 170's got to wait another day. So tomorrow will probably be an off day now. Maybe we got our big singles matches coming up. I got to see when Jay Jixrod wants to play, but maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Hopefully there's a warmer day. Tuesday or Wednesday come out and try to get 170. But now my obliques are already. put the TP5s back. Oh well. At the end of the day, we didn't reach the goal, but we didn't get worse. In the long run, that's only going to help. Never had, as you can probably tell, never had a lesson before. Maybe for something like this, trying to incorporate in better sequencing, maybe it'd be beneficial. I don't know. Oh man. I'm fried. Feels weird hitting irons after all those driver swings. Looks like you're trying to apply speed to the club head. One instantaneous motion. There's no acceleration from swinging longer. Shallower playing, perhaps, so you need to practice. Yeah, it's probably a good call, Storm. Apologies, I kind of snapped before. I didn't know where you were coming at. I don't know if you were just trolling or not, but apologies. I mean, you're not wrong. I know for a fact I have a tough time separating and giving myself. I get so excited to hit the ball. It's just kind of one piece back and then kind of one piece forward versus separating the back, the drop, and then acceleration. I just don't know how to work on that more and feel that more to be able to get it to work. It's like it's so muscle memory. I've hit so many at that point. That when I tried it and I just chunk it. And I get torn too between sometimes like, believe it or not, sometimes I can play halfway decent. So it's like, I know my swing's not absolutely horrendous to where I need to break everything down, but then you start trying to change certain stuff and it's like, it's just completely different from what my swing is. So it's like, okay, is my swing, do I want to hit 170 that bad? And is my swing that bad to have to feel like I need to just completely start from scratch? I don't know. All right, 155, 160, and we're out of here. Close enough. I'm tired. But not tired enough yet. I gotta go do legs. So I'm going to go do. Yesterday, what I do? Chest. As a member of the PGA, I'd recommend a lesson. You want to probably understand speed training? Yeah, I mean it's not bad. The problem is like between the money and other stuff, it's not out of the question. I do kind of take some pride 3-1 by swing's not that bad. I do take some pride in never having a lesson and being completely self-taught. So it's kind of, but doesn't mean that I should never have a lesson. I just maybe, yeah, I don't know. I need to figure out. It's tough. even other people have said it's tough kind of telling me what I should do over like text. It'd even be easier if I was on like a voice call with someone to explain it, but I think they need to be kind of in person to see what I'm doing or not doing. Maybe it would help. But I mean, this is all kind of part of the fun of it, right? Where it would be no fun if I could just easily do it. So I guarantee you, I was on the road to 160, I think it was a couple months ago. I guarantee you I'll hit 170. How long it takes, I don't know, but um, I'm out of here. I got to break this stuff down and go work out. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate the advice. I have the storm. Sorry, I kind of, like I said, kind of snapped before. Usually that doesn't happen, but at least I didn't cuss you out too bad. But I'm out of here. Hopefully, Patriots played on Thursday and they already won. So hopefully, if you're a football fan and your team's playing, they won. But um, likely nothing tomorrow, and I'll be back out here sometime either Tuesday or Wednesday. After I wash these clothes that are now drenched in sweat. See you on the next one.